Welcome into Nebraska Booze and Battle. Season 3 starts soon. Season 2, episode 29 is tonight. I'm your host, Chris. We got over here
the master mixologist, Roy.
And producing us is
Alan.
Kugel.
Kugel?
Kugel.
No, it is not.
Kugel's over there. Kugel's over there.
It is Alan. Thank you very much.
Alan Plymolly, or a.k.a. Kugel. Kugel's over there. So, what we do here on Nebraska Booze and Babble is we have a booze of the week. We drink that booze, and we babble on about whatever we feel like talking about. Tonight's drink provider is the Mixmaster. So, tell us a little bit about what you got.
Well, decided, of course, you have to check out the photo we posted because it is St. Patty's Day weekend here, so we are celebrating that with a green drink. And, of course, well, we tried to show you here it would look like nothing.
It would look like your shirt.
My shirt or whatever else. So we have them in these nice big black glasses because, well, we like them big here. And it is on the rocks.
It is on the rocks.
It is on the rocks.
Booze and Battle drinks.
Yep.
You go to Nbnb.rocks, our website.
That's right. So this is, I don't know if you guys had ever come up with a name for it yet.
Not yet.
This is actually
Not
officially, everything I've seen, I've researched, is officially a new drink. It is a little bit of a spin-off of anyone's ever heard of a hairy navel.
I've heard of a fuzzy navel.
Right. Fuzzy navel's one thing. Screwdriver you've heard of. A hairy navel kind of combines the two. Okay. And so then so for those that don't know, screwdriver, vodka and orange juice.
Right.
Fuzzy navel, peach schnapps and orange juice.
Okay.
So you put peach schnapps, vodka and orange juice, you get a hairy navel.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then, of course, to make it green, that's a very orange drink. So to get it green, we go with the old standby. We add the old blue curacao.
Which also gives you a little bit of sweetness. Get rid of some of that.
Yeah, so it kind of counters out that tartness from the orange juice. And so with just that, if we were just to say it's that actually becomes what's known as a pimp cocktail.
Pimp cocktail.
Okay. But what I did is, of course, I don't stop there. I don't mess around with just
especially if somebody's already made it, right?
drink, plain vodka and some peach schnapps. So what I do is I go with my flavored vodkas. So this one actually has peach vodka, the peach schnapps, the orange juice, and the blue curacao. So therefore, brand new drink here, unless anyone's ever had one made somewhere and called it. And if so, comment, call it, whatever. I don't know, but I did some research. Can't find it out there. So I say, if maybe our viewers might want to throw some name ideas, right?
Absolutely.
So call us in with some. Post them. Our producer over there will be watching, and we can bring them up, and maybe we can do a vote, maybe a poll after the show. If we get some choices, well, add it to the list, producer.
Leprechaun hits.
Leprechaun ball sweat.
Leprechaun ball sweat.
Lots of leprechaun nasty parts of juice from them. Because when you juice a leprechaun
taint.
Okay. Anyway, that was too far.
I'm just saying.
So anyway, feel free put your ideas out there, and maybe who knows? Maybe we'll run a poll afterward with all the choices.
Yeah,
let folks vote. So anyway, that's our drink for the night. Fairly tasty.
Yeah, it tastes all right. I'm the sweet guy, and it's a little bit sour, but it's not beyond what I can drink.
So that.
And I'm a quarter of the way through the glass right now. I like it though. I
don't drink it all the time, but it's not bad.
It's one of those drinks that I would drink though. Like if it was like I wanted out to eat and I wanted alcohol, but I didn't want to drink it all real fast.
Yeah.
So I'm paying like say $9 for the glass, right?
Yeah, because $9 for
like a
nice 44-ounce glass.
It's probably more like $9 for a 6-ounce glass. I'm paying that 6 ounces. I want to make it last. This is something I drink.
Once again, why everybody here wants me to create my bar because they think everything's served in a 44-ounce glass. But
everything there's all the drinks are $25, but they come
out. So let us know what you think. I don't know. To me, it's like I said, it's a drink I wouldn't drink all the time, but it's it's good.
I think that my wife would like it because she doesn't like the super sweet stuff. Yeah, she doesn't like really sour, and that's right in there.
Yeah, it's kind of in between.
I think if we added more blue curacao, I would really like it.
Yeah, the other one you can go to, and we talked a little bit. A lot of people looking for something that's a little more carbonated, and so you can mix in. Fresca makes a peach soda. So you can use carbonation there, or if you would hate to cut it too much liquor wise, you could actually use a bubbly peach wine, sparkling wine.
What I noticed actually is smoking this cigar makes that drink taste amazing.
Cigars are an awesome match.
I mean, it really does.
It's always better.
And this is not a shitty cigar. I'm just going to tell you guys.
Let's talk about the cigars we each got.
I love that we're starting to do the cigar thing, and we can bring that in. So what do you have over there?
I have Tears of the Sun torpedo.
What's a torpedo?
Torpedo is when it goes into a point and
kind of like a torpedo.
Like the name torpedo. I don't fucking know.
But do you know which version of that? Because you said that there's a blue wrapper.
Well, there's several different wrappers. This one has the widest one. The widest,
okay.
Not whitest.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a white and gray label. There seems to be 3 different kinds of.
Is there not like types listed on there?
No,
it's just color.
No, it's just color.
Because like on I'll just.
They all say Tears of the Sun. They're just colors that are different.
And all of them come in the same box.
Yeah.
Interesting.
See, like this one, I'll even show you because I have another one. And this is the one with the blue label. And these ones are actually really good. There's 3 different types of these that I've had. And so far, the only one that's really good is this one with the blue label. The other ones, I'll smoke pretty much anything, but they're not really that
But
good.
they were a hell of a price, right?
They were awesome price.
You can't argue with them.
They were definitely within my budget at free, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chris, what do you got?
I think we talked about this one last week because I think maybe Nate.
I had one.
This one is the Taste of the Difference Fusion by Victor Sinclair.
Mm-hmm.
It's rum and cola. It tastes like generic soda.
Yeah.
Like Mr.
Yeah, I think
Mr. Thunder or whatever it is.
Kind of like what we said last week. I don't know that they nailed the rum and cola flavor.
No,
The disappointment was when I grabbed it out of the humidor, I was going for that cherry one that you could just smell. And so as soon as I put it in my mouth, I was like, oh, it's not for me.
So it's good. I think I probably wouldn't, unless it was a really good sale, probably would buy them again.
Yeah, 50 cents cigars, I'd probably keep getting them.
Yeah. But
$2 cigars? No.
Yeah. There's just too many other good ones out there.
Probably wouldn't buy these Tears of the Sun, but I got a crap ton of them that I gotta smoke. So.
Yeah.
and like a lot of things, Alan's not. Alan will just do it anyway.
Pretty much.
So unlike myself,
I'm like the Mikey. Mikey.
Pretty much. I'm more refined.
You're refined.
So I'm picky on certain things.
Lots of things.
Certain things.
I pretty much everything.
That's a real good break point, real quick. Were you talking shit about me the other day when you were like, "Oh, well, you're a pretty picky eater."
Yes.
When this dude has a specific bottled water he will not drink and specific he will. But I'm the picky guy.
Water, I'm a water snob, and
I'm not picky, I'm a food snob.
No, you're not. That's the thing. You eat crap.
No, it's not.
What I'm saying is, I eat a wide variety of good quality stuff, no matter what I
get you. And to be fair, I just don't prefer Italian food.
Right.
But it's not bad. I don't think any Italian food tastes bad.
Right.
I just don't want it over literally anything else. Indian food tastes bad.
Like pizza?
You'd rather even have popcorn.
I'll eat almost any kind of pizza, but certain ones taste better.
Really?
Well, certain ones taste better.
Except for
I have a pepperoni snob.
And then it was like, but if I show up and there's basically pepperoni, I'm gonna get a little upset.
But realistically, as long as you didn't put olives or mushrooms on it, I'm gonna eat it. And even if you did put olives or mushrooms on it, as long as they were big chunks so I can get them off, I'll still eat it.
So anyway,
Back to the cigar anyway.
I've got a Drew Estate, probably by far my favorite.
I think all of us like the best.
This is a Tabaka special, and this one is the leche. So this, which
I'm not mistaken, is milk.
Not to be confused with the Cafe Con Leche one, which is the dual wrap one I have. That's a torpedo and actually kind of malty flavored.
Right.
The best one I think.
Which was really good.
This one though, I got a trial set. It's good. So it's kind of a coffee with the leche, so the cream kind of. taste. It's got a definitely sweet on the lips and tongue.
So the wrapper flavor.
Yeah,
okay.
but not
it's not acid level flavor.
It's even more mild than the other one, the darker one. But really good. Like I said, I don't know if you can go wrong with a Drew Estate. I got some that are not infused, and a few, none of them are bad.
Right.
There's some I like better than others, of course. But as far as these tobacco specials, they're one of my favorite cigars that I've found so far. So
if you guys have an opinion you'd like to share with us during the show, you can call us at 402-979-6262. That's 979-NBnB for Nebraska Booze and Battle. It should be going across the top of your screen, depending on what different screen we're on. Is it going across on this screen?
Bottom.
Go across the bottom of the screen on this one. So, well, we talked the booze, we talked the cigars. Let's jump into some topics. What do we got here? The first one, can they see it? Are you on that?
It's on it, yeah.
oh boy.
So you guys should be able to see. Unfortunately, Nathan's not here, but this one to chat
And he actually talked about this a little bit last week.
Okay, so,
did, yeah.
so you guys know how he feels about it.
Well, me and him kind of talked a little bit while you were over there being wine drunk.
So, we'll talk about that later. When we get to it later on.
So anyway,
so HuffPo, which is Huffington Post, normalizes bestiality, which is actually bestiality.
yes.
Talking acceptance with a man who had sex with a dolphin. I'm not really sure somebody actually had sex with a dolphin, but
then again, dolphins also are one of the only mammals that have
the
sex
only other
that we know of.
That we know of.
As well,
within our knowledge.
We know everything because we're humans.
Yeah, and so that has sex for pleasure. Now, so to me, it makes sense that if the dolphin was willing, maybe he was looking for a little enjoyment,
little interspecies relations.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to branch out.
Well, and nothing said. Does it say the man played the male role in this, or was it the dolphin?
I didn't read the thing because I just don't believe.
I didn't read it, but
I can't believe that a dolphin held still long enough. Is all I'm saying.
Unless they like it.
And they do like people. So
yeah, exactly.
What was the dolphin flipper?
So the point of the article though was that it was held up in court that it was legal.
Legal, huh?
Must be more than those, right? I don't know.
Something.
It's basically the whole thing is are we continue to normalize
sexual deviancy?
Yes. Well, and you can almost say just deviancy, right?
Well, yeah,
because it really goes across the board. But what I want to warn against is who has the right to label things deviant outside of you're hurting another person, hurting a child, things like that.
I think the thing with animals is that they can't consent.
Right, absolutely, right? And I think that's I agree with that. It's the same
thing with a picture.
Yeah, if the guy was bent over,
so
in the water
is on her hands and knees, and they get the dog to fuck her, that's okay.
Because
obviously the dog is fucking her.
Yes, absolutely.
So the dog's obviously giving consent because he jumped off.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's okay, but to me that would be considered consent because the dog's the one that mounted her.
And I have never actually heard of a case of a woman being in trouble for bestiality, but often men who fucked dogs have gone to jail for it. Which I don't understand how you even get caught doing that.
I don't know.
What the hell are you doing?
But generally, I think it's because of...
Are you saying you don't get caught doing
the
that?
dog...
I'm saying that I don't do that.
In those instances where the dog and the female, the dog is not injured during the whole event.
I don't know, dude. Like, when Nathan and I talked about this, like, there's terms like nodding and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how dogs, like,
absolutely.
They make sure that the female dog gets pregnant?
Right.
Because they, like, enlarge inside of them?
Yeah.
They say stuff like that for half an hour.
Until
it happens to a human chick too, if the dog's fucking her.
But that doesn't mean the dog's hurt. That means the woman has to be.
But also, think about it though, I mean, they're designed a certain way, so maybe that doesn't quite work.
Oh, it works.
With a woman.
It does.
How do you know?
Because, let's just say, while we discussed this, we Googled this.
Wow.
There's truth to that.
There is a legitimate, like, it's called nodding. Like, that's what these sexually immoral women are all about, getting fucked by dogs and the feeling of being nodded. Because the dog's semen is like 160 degrees, which is way hotter than a human's. Like, there's weird shit.
Because I do have my PhD in pornification, so part of research you have to see.
Did you say you have your PC in pornification?
PhD.
Because I was like, well, a lot of PCs are in pornification.
And so, therefore, you have to do a lot of research that you may not want to see.
Right.
But you have to.
But you have to get a PhD.
Yeah, exactly. So I've seen some things.
Well, and everybody knows people have had sex with dogs. I mean, that's...
Everybody knows people who've had sex.
Everybody knows people have... It's a common joke that the farmer has sex with the sheep.
I mean, there's way too many reports that
it happens. So, I personally feel that a human having sex with anything else is just weird.
Yeah,
like how? But I'm not gonna.
Once again,
I'm not gonna date you. If I find out a chick fucked a dog, I'm not dating her.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You measure up to a Great Dane, right?
Right.
I mean, but anyway. So my thing is this: leave the animals alone. Don't force yourself or hurt anybody else in whatever you're doing. Outside of that, do what you want, man.
And don't show it to little kids.
Two consenting adults, do what you want, man. Hey, that's my thing.
I agree with that. Let's roll up because
keep going.
We can assume that the dolphin did not have sex with the person.
All right.
Unless someone wants to call in and discuss that further.
I would like some comments of some substance.
I don't know if that's posted there, so we'll keep going because we don't want to hit on links.
Yeah.
Some America bourbon.
Get out of here. That's a 4th of July thing.
Well, you posted it in the topics page.
Yeah, you did.
Because I don't have any other way of.
There's the chat, but that's cool.
I don't want to lose it. You guys babble too much on it.
It is Nebraska babble.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it is.
So Stormy Daniels.
Oh.
Nathan threw this in here knowing he wasn't going to be here.
That's all right. We can talk about it.
But I've only heard what Tom Tyler said about this, so I haven't really paid attention to it. Also, I thought the name was kind of funny, but I thought it was like a weather person.
It's a strippy name. So
right. But what I understand is she was a stripper. She had an affair with Donald Trump before he was the president.
Yep. And
she got paid money to keep quiet about it.
Yep.
And signed a paper saying,
yep.
I will accept this money,
yep.
and I will not defame you, basically.
Okay.
Right? Is that what that comes down to? Non-disclosure is no defamation?
Absolutely.
So, now she's telling everybody about it.
Okay. And how does that make you feel?
Did you hear why she's telling him? Because apparently this disclosure agreement was not actually signed by him. It was only signed by her.
So she agreed not to talk about it.
But it wasn't signed by the other party.
He didn't agree not to talk about it. She agreed not to talk about it.
But they both needed to sign it.
It's a contract signed by both parties.
Yes.
A binding contract signed by both parties.
Since both parties didn't sign it.
So
have we seen pictures?
I have.
But flip that, she took the money but didn't make sure he signed it.
The other thing is,
she should give him back money.
Plus interest and everything she makes off of it.
The other thing is that it wasn't even their names. They used alias names.
Stormy Daniels' real name?
So she used Stormy Daniels? Because let's be honest, that's not her real fucking name.
Yeah, no.
It's clear.
It wasn't his name either.
So anyway, basically I have a contract that doesn't really hold me accountable.
Personally, I don't care who he had sex with. It doesn't matter to me. All the presidents have sex with other people, and they're all...
Unless there's something she can tell that actually puts the nation at risk.
Right. I think if you click on thing more,
then you say that, right?
Yeah, I don't really care who he has sex with.
I mean, the whole country,
the bigger pot.
I wouldn't even care if he had sex with a dolphin.
Fair enough.
Unless the dolphin didn't.
Unless the dolphin signed it on the...
Anyway, I think that to me the bigger question is how do you feel about non-disclosure agreements?
It's weird. I get a non-disclosure when it's like, hey, we're going to give you this information. We don't want you. Hey, we got a call.
We got a phone call. All
we
right.
stop everything for that.
Say hello.
Thank you for calling Nebraska Booze and Babble. You're live.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
What's up? What are you doing down in the big AMR?
Right now I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting on my girl to get a pizza.
What? Good thing you stopped at the booze store beforehand. Whoops.
Oh, no. I've had some booze.
Don't worry, guys. He's in Arkansas. It's fine.
Yeah, that's right. He's not in Arkansas. He's in Arkansas.
So what are you up to?
Nothing, man. I'm getting ready for tomorrow for a big St. Patty's Day because, somebody named me Patrick, so
That's right.
Oh, true.
They must have wanted you drunk on a St. Patrick's Day on a Saturday, right?
Hey, this will be the first time that I've actually ever celebrated it because it is on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, now he remembers. Usually it starts on Thursday.
And it's the first time he admitted to celebrating because you have to call in the next day.
He's been sick a lot around St. Patrick's Day.
The 18th is the sick day.
So, Patrick, you got any input about any of these topics that we've been talking about?
Well, how do you feel about people's...
Go ahead.
What?
Ask how you felt about...
So, I don't know if you guys have seen my post there.
Yes, we did.
If I'm a little lagging or not, but the dog and the dolphin thing,
Yeah.
I mean, years ago there were reports of dolphins raping people, women in the ocean.
There's some somewhat truth to that. I don't know if they necessarily call that, but yes. Actually, they tell you, do not, if you're menstruating, go on those swim with the dolphins things.
Really?
They will.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely, because it was a
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
And not
Wow.
jaws sort of wet.
No, no.
So, yes.
I wonder how big a dolphin dick is.
Producer, if you want to go.
I'm not a good sorry.
So how do you feel about people having sex with animals? Like, is that okay?
I mean, well, I'll be damned. I mean, if that's what they need to do, then fucking do it. Don't do it in public, for God's sake.
I'll tell you what.
So,
For two
I'd rather have somebody have sex with an animal than with a child.
Oh, well, yeah.
yeah, we don't even need to bring children into this conversation.
For real?
But no, I mean,
She gave him a guy named Credible.
dude,
What was
we talk about real shit on Booze and Babble.
Someone that's a puppy.
I'm conflicted.
Okay?
What did he say?
Something about duct tape.
That's what holds them together.
Yeah, kind of like a chicken.
That's right. I mean,
Well, you know way too much about having sex with animals.
he grew up kind of in the country too, don't worry.
Nebraska Booze and Babble does not condone it.
No animals were injured during that conversation.
Taught me a lot when we were children.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, Patrick, you should come up to Nebraska sometime and come on the show.
Definitely.
Yep.
Oh, I would love to. I would love to.
Yep.
We can get a barbecue out here if you need to.
Yep.
Yeah.
I made the open invite.
To Christmas.
We can arrange that.
Let's not get it so hot this time, though.
That's right. Okay, man. Well, thank you very much for thank you very much for giving us a call today. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Love y'all.
And it's just that easy. Now, he didn't know about the rules, so I'll let him call back if he wants to. But the callers can call in and choose somebody to finish their drink.
That is true.
You can also chat booze or say booze.
And just say, or you can send pictures of boobs.
Yeah,
That would
definitely
yeah.
send pictures of boobs. I mean, you can.
Except for Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick, we've
I'm
seen
okay with
yours.
that. I've seen his boobs.
But yeah, all you have to do is like if you're commenting, put booze, Chris. Or if you call in, say booze, Chris.
Yeah.
Or you can booze, pound sign Roy, pound sign Alan.
So, whatever you need, however you want to
If you
communicate.
choose booze, you're not doing it unless you put pound sign or hashtag pound sign in front of it.
Sorry, hashtag pound sign truth.
Right.
There you go. Send this to some followers. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Oh, next topic.
Next.
I'm on it. Next one.
Craig's Corner.
Feels like Nathan's the only one that posts stuff.
Well,
Okay, we posted plenty in there. Alright, go ahead and play Critic's Corner intro, and we'll
Alright.
get scrolled up to here. Welcome to Critic Corner. It's where we're critical about things that we put in the corner.
Yes.
What the fuck was that?
Well, it's nothing like sensational snack time with Seth, but
Oh, I thought we were being critical of how people put together corners.
we are. Tell me, how do you feel about this corner versus that corner?
Well, this one seems better than that one. That one was better.
You know what's impressive about that corner? I put that corner together. Some engineer built a house with that corner.
That corner is the best corner in
You like that one?
That is the best one.
I don't, because I want you to see the corner.
I like this one over here that they took away the corner.
Right. This you know what's funny is we're pointing at corners that they can't.
Yeah, I know, they can't see it. That's alright though.
Are we back on the screen or?
We've gone on the
Sweet.
screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. transition and then.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
You suck.
what do we got new in here? Because I don't think I've had anything in a minute.
So I finished Altered Carbon.
Okay. Yep.
Did you watch it?
No. I gave up and Julie watched it, so I don't know.
It became very good.
I mean, I didn't make it through the first
After the
episode.
first 3 episodes, it started to get much better.
I watched maybe 2.
You have to get past the first one.
I couldn't get past the
After you get past the first 3, it
She liked
gets
it.
much better.
She liked it.
There's a lot less dong and a lot more story. There's a lot of dong, and to be fair, there's a lot of titty and vagina in the show. But in the first couple episodes, there's way too much. But it was a really good show. It was a very detective-y show.
I don't really
It was
like
a real-
shows with tits and vagina.
I'm sure you don't.
My biggest thing is the fact of it was just too sci-fi.
It was super sci-fi.
That's just not.
It was as sci-fi as a sci-fi show gets.
Honestly, the only thing probably could have made it worse is if everybody on it was British.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So.
Oh, shit.
I also watched a show called Ballers.
I just hate guy things.
I hear you.
British.
I watched a show called Ballers on HBO starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Have you guys ever seen that?
I'm not.
I have not.
It's really good.
I heard it was really
If you'd
good.
like to take the first season home on DVD, I got it for $5 on Black Friday. I thought I'd give it a shot because I like The Rock. It's really good.
I'm actually thinking about getting HBO, like the little separate package.
Right.
On HBO Now.
Yeah, I would like to, but I just don't.
Because I'm thinking about it because Julie she watches way more TV than me, but she hasn't been watching the Game of Thrones stuff. She's a huge fan.
Yeah, I'm 2 seasons behind on that.
So she hasn't watched that, and so then we get her caught up. But I got her pretty excited because I was reading that apparently they're looking at doing up to 5 spin-offs
Of the Game of Thrones?
I've heard
for
of
all
that.
individual characters,
I've heard
and
of
they
that.
are saying how they are going to be big budget, just like Game of Thrones. So they're really going all in on it.
So there's, I think it's on HBO, is American Gods.
I've heard of that.
It's based on a book written by one of my favorite comic book writers, Neil Graham. But American Gods, the book, is phenomenal. The TV show is amazing.
Sorry, Greg said Brits are amazing.
Blah. But yeah, so if you get a chance to watch Ballers, that's really good. Also, the American Gods is cool. On HBO, the app, there's a show called Westworld that's supposed to be really good too. I did post up here. Let's talk about the Avengers Infinity War trailer. Did everybody get to watch that?
I watched it.
I did today.
Are we jazzed to see it? Are we super jazzed
I
to see
think
it?
it looks pretty good. Even Sierra, she's not a big. She was watching it and she goes, "That looks pretty good."
I mean, it's clearly a culmination event.
Yes.
Like, it is 12 years of films coming together
Yeah.
in just... I would say it's like the Expendables of superhero shows, almost.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's decades of some of the top-level actors. Every actor in the Avengers has and can hold their own movie.
Yeah.
I wonder what the budget for that thing is.
Oh, geez.
it's less than Justice League.
Really?
Really?
So everybody
Justice League had a super huge budget.
So everybody
redid it.
So everybody took really low pay to be in it?
No. It's still like a $250 million budget. But they'll easily crack that opening weekend.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't mind spending $250 million on these movies because they know they're going to make damn near $1 billion.
Yeah.
So if not more than that, I mean, quite a few of them have gone worldwide over $1 billion. But the trailer did a good job of not showing you much.
No.
The first teaser trailer I was a little mad about because they show Thanos like holding the Vision down and grabbing his forehead because he has an Infinity Stone in it. And I was kind of like, wow, why are you going to show that? Like, we want to think at least that Vision's got a chance.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's a badass. He's supposed to be super strong. In this trailer, Vision's the so, Jarvis that's inside Iron Man's suit that talks to him?
Yeah.
In the first couple movies?
Okay, yeah.
His computer that talks to him.
Yeah.
In the Avengers Ultron movie, he got put into that body that Ultron was trying to get. And he has a little diamond in his head.
Yeah.
The purple guy.
Okay, I didn't know it was
his name is the Vision. For the movies, he has the Infinity Gem. That wasn't a part of the comic book, so who cares? It's a good way to get the Infinity Gem out there.
Right.
We also know that Loki's blue stone is an Infinity Gem.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that the Guardians have a gem, or at least came across the gem at some point. So there's at least 3 of them floating out there. There's 5 total. But I think it looks badass. I love that Spider-Man's more in it, because So when I watched Spider-Man: Homecoming,
I haven't seen that.
I still haven't
just
watched it.
don't really. I mean, I was like, oh man, I don't give a fuck about this.
But in the trailer,
Spider-Man.
that little exchange.
Right, was funny. Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so we're using our fake names. Okay, well, it's Spider-Man. It is Doctor Strange. It was cool to see him wearing like the armor that Iron Man made him, like because you could tell he was wearing that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I really like the Guardians. So of all the Marvel movies, I really like Iron Man.
Yeah.
I think that's a great Marvel movie. And then I really like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I do too.
So you kind of like him, bring him, and that's actually what Sierra said. That it was. She goes. She prefers Marvel over DC. You know, she's not a big.
Sure.
But
Marvel's much more fun.
But she says because they're have a wide, very diverse character set.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Guardians of the Galaxy really isn't nothing like.
Right. They're all
Right.
The only human is the kid, and he's not a human. He's actually, you find out second movie, he's the son of a god being.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah. So we discussed that at work one day, like how Marvel's got so much diversity. Da, da, da. Well, Marvel's also got 12 years making the movies, whereas we just have really Batman and Superman until Wonder Woman came out.
womp womp.
Right. Well, Wonder Woman was a huge movie. Like it did so
I
well.
enjoyed Wonder Woman.
I liked Wonder Woman, but I didn't like having to watch a World War I movie. Like it's like fuck.
I thought it was fine.
It was funny because my son was like, "Why is he dropping the bombs out the side?" Because they didn't have bombers back then.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And,
I did enjoy it.
My thing is, I mean, I don't. Once again, I'm not a comic guy, so I don't even know.
You just want to be entertained.
I don't know. Like you, I couldn't even probably name. I mean, if I went through the Justice League, and when I say Justice League, I mean from the cartoon when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Those characters, I'd be like, I'm done. I couldn't name any
Which
others.
is all there really is in the DC realm of film.
Yeah.
Aquaman hasn't had his own movie yet, but he's there.
Yes,
but
I mean that. But I'm saying,
did you see the Justice League movie?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
I
that's
have
all
not
there is.
yet. I have not yet.
But,
That's all there is.
but in the movie,
Four
but I'm
characters.
just saying, even characters, I could probably, without even them having movies, I could have named more Marvel characters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, Marvel's always had the X-Men, so everybody knows all the... Because we grew up watching Marvel Saturday.
that's not,
morning.
is X-Men going to be in this thing?
Well, not in this one,
No.
because this was made before they purchased Fox.
Right.
But now Disney owns
Oh.
Fox.
Yeah.
So there's a real potential for a complete reboot of all the X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
bring
Let's
the
take
X-Men
them
all
all
together.
together. I can imagine they'll do
Well, I mean,
Of
so
course they will.
So, like, my thing with the Avengers is it's clearly an ending of an era.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Downey Jr.'s done. He's only been sticking around because they keep paying him gobs of money.
Right.
But what I like about his character is you don't really need him to have Iron Man in a movie. Because Iron Man's CG 99% of the time, right?
Welcome to the show, Amber.
What's up? You don't need Mark Ruffalo to be the Hulk. Because the Hulk is CG the most of the time.
Right.
Thor, you really need the actor. But he's done. Unless the same director from Ragnarok makes another Thor movie, then he'll reprise Thor because he really like that director. But who cares? I think the Thor movies are probably the lowest level.
Do
of
they really need those guys?
No, well, they say they
They
don't
keep
think so.
replacing other characters.
Right. Well, they're going. So the new Avengers. So this will be the end of what we know of as the Avengers, right?
And they'll redo it.
Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Hawkeye, and the girl on Black Widow. It'll be the end of those five. Those. I mean, clearly they've already kind of phased Hawkeye out at this point, and he's kind of like the weakest. Him and Black Widow too. Like in a world of pure superhumanness,
They're like just
they're
people,
just
right?
really advanced humans with no special
Right.
weapons, right?
Yeah.
They're not even like Batman level. Like I got a badass suit.
Right.
They're just you get them with a bullet, they're down.
Yeah.
Okay, but we need to move right on.
Well, so the
Yeah.
cool thing is you are going to see your Falcon dude, Ant-Man, Black Panther, all those guys that have just kind of come in, Spider-Man,
Well, we
and
see
probably your
Wasp.
X-Men. Wasp is going to be in the next Ant-Man movie.
I know, but it's
So,
being
The odds would be the next Avengers film.
Oh.
With the new Avengers, we'll have her, I guess. So it'll be interesting to see on War Machine will be in some more.
It'd be interesting because I think it gives them a good chance to go ahead and
Open up the book, right?
Well,
Like, bring up some people.
promote the next set
Yep.
of
Yeah.
stars, right?
Right.
So
The TV shows are doing some cool stuff. Where
okay, now we're going down the rabbit hole.
So yeah, you can get some more stuff in. I think we have some other stuff in here. Though.
What else we got?
Can you scroll down and like click on the other on the comments?
I can't.
Why?
We're still in Critic Corner.
Right, click
No,
on the
in the
comments.
comments and critical.
I feel like other people post a thing besides just the Avengers.
It is.
ones.
I can't see that.
It's at the top of
Okay,
the screen.
scroll
right?
down.
It is.
Move the mouse
Bring
the
it
other
down.
way.
Oh.
It'll be on your screen in a second.
Okay.
You're highlighting my name right now.
Yeah. Keep going.
So you
Down.
Yeah,
Down quite a bit.
keep going.
Go to the left. My left. Yep. Keep going. Keep
Yep.
going. Keep going.
Yep.
Keep going.
Go
Keep
down.
going. Keep going.
This is kind of entertaining. Go down. Go left.
Left. Oh, almost. A
Down.
little bit.
Click.
Yep,
No,
no,
up a little
just,
bit.
there you go. Click.
Scroll down.
Scroll down.
Scroll down.
After we can see it.
Sunset Travelers, I watched the first episode. Oh, Wayward Pines. Did you get any more into that?
Yeah, I'm actually either finishing up season 1 or getting ready to start season 2.
So, I liked the concept, but the show was really dragging for me. Like 4 episodes in.
I actually thought. See, is that where you're stopped?
4 or 5, yeah.
Push through a little bit.
The girl just got killed.
Because
like they hung her up on
okay, push a bit because I think it's going to get closer to more something you may like, and it worries me.
Well, so I think that you're going to hate the show, knowing you, because I had to know more about it, but I didn't want to fucking watch the next episode.
Oh, it's already
wikid it, and I'm reading about the book.
This shit.
This shit is like 5,000 years in the future.
Yep.
And you were watching a whole bunch of flashback stuff, back and forth, because his wife and kid are long dead when he wakes up on Wayward Pines.
Somebody says Wayward Pines. Wayward Pines.
They are.
That's Goodwin.
But it's like,
thank you for that comment.
Dude, there's so much twist. I don't know if the TV show.
I don't know where you're at versus where I'm at because I know some stuff that makes me question what you just said. So.
Well, I don't want to talk about the books. I read about the books.
Okay, so you can't follow that.
So, well, supposedly they do follow it pretty well. There won't be a season 3 because they already canceled it. So, I can get into it enough to watch the rest of it. So I'm gonna check it out.
Anyway, yeah. So
going down, Nathan jumps off for a red rock. It was pretty good. Who cares?
Fine.
Tell me when.
You were highlighting
I can't see that. Go to the left somewhere. There you go.
Okay. Taken.
Okay.
I liked it actually. It's just a fun action film. It's nothing like the movies.
No, it's.
I'm not even sure why they call it Taken.
Yeah.
But I really got. I mean, the first episode hooks you.
Yeah, I think it's good. The guy I like already.
I haven't watched that either.
It's pretty good. It's on Hulu.
But I don't. Is it a current series or an old series?
It's still running actually. I think it's on 3rd season right now.
Okay, good.
Jessica Jones.
Scroll down one more because I want to talk about this because Nathan said Power Rangers. I like the movie.
I haven't seen the movie.
I would never watch the movie.
Did you ever watch the TV show?
Nope.
Then you wouldn't like it?
Nope.
I enjoyed it. It was fun. What? Continue on.
Okay, move on.
It's what I look for in a movie if I want to enjoy it when I watch it, right? It's on Hulu for free, so it tells you how well they did.
I seen that a long time ago.
Valerian's pretty good.
It was alright.
Okay. What'd you think? Because I saw the story about it, but I didn't watch it.
When I saw the preview, because I'm a huge Rocky fan. Okay. So
I love the movies, but I don't.
So I saw it, I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of because I did know it was.
I didn't know it was based on a real person.
I loosely, right?
Okay.
But it was interesting to watch the story. Not probably the overall best acting, anything like that, but it was actually interesting. It wasn't. You're not going to come away saying, God,
what's the next episode?
Well, it's a movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So no other episodes. But anyway, it's interesting. I would say, especially if you're a Rocky fan.
Okay.
Just to see how. This guy really existed, and it really was based on.
That's cool.
So it's kind of neat.
I mean, it's cool to me because I have no idea. I thought it was pure just.
So is it kind of
a boxing
documentary?
No, it's a movie.
Oh, it's a movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like Bruce Lee the Dragon, like it's a movie based.
Yeah, it's just So anyway,
I'll check it out.
If you have a not doing anything on a Saturday afternoon, or you're homesick, which is when I watched it,
or on a lazy Sunday.
I think it's
Thanks, Ryan, for liking the video.
It's either Netflix or Amazon Prime.
Either one works for me.
But anyway, so
you posted 7 seconds too, which I didn't get to watch.
I'm on probably episode 3 or 4 now.
You guys watch a lot of fucking TV. Jesus Christ.
So I watch TV. I watch Netflix.
Really.
I watch Netflix.
You watch that more than I do.
No, I don't.
I watch Netflix.
I haven't watched none of this fucking
shit that you watch.
So you binge a show though.
No,
you start Jessica Jones and you don't watch a goddamn.
Jessica Jones. I don't watch her. Hold on. Let me just go. Jessica Jones. Do you watch this something called Green Arrow or something?
No.
Okay. I know you watch other Marvel-y
titles.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those. You also watch
but none of those are playing right now.
So all he's watching is Jessica Jones. Literally.
Watching Jessica
what I'm
Jones.
saying is
I'm trying to watch Black Lightning. I can't get the freaking.
All of those that I started was when everything else was on hiatus. I started, or I was homesick, right? So I started something new because we have shows we watch together. So it's like I can't watch it, right? So which is like why 7 seconds. I'm only seeing 4 episodes. Well,
I'm fine with taking a few months to a year of watching a TV show. Well, like the TV show Empire. You ever watch that?
Yeah.
Okay, do you like it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I love it. Right? I
Never watched
absolutely
it.
love it.
I have no interest.
Love it. I like music
Yeah.
and TV
It's
shows.
just a good show.
And almost every song they write, for it, like it's like Nashville, dude. How do they make so many
didn't
good
watch
songs?
Nashville.
If you like Empire, you'll like Nashville, except
Okay.
it's country music.
Right,
So if you
okay.
hate country music,
I don't.
but it's the same concept, same kind of like fighting back and forth amongst artists and stuff. But it's all country, and it's got Connie Daniels, whom I love.
Give me the jar.
I think Connie Daniels is a great actress.
But yeah, Empire, I really like.
So,
Empire.
but with Empire, I'll watch like 4 or 5 episodes, and I might go 3 months before I watch another one, just because I'm watching other
But there's
stuff.
another one was that don't put out a ton per
Yeah,
season
they only put like
because
10 episodes. a
there's
season.
so much involved.
And, yeah, I gotta imagine how much
you
it
know.
costs to do that. So.
But you get to see some really good artists.
Oh man, the 2 boys, the sons, Jamal and the other one.
Yeah.
It starts with a K, right?
If any of you have any input,
But I don't.
Yes, let us know.
I don't like. I'm not a huge rap fan though, so I don't prefer Kareem
Right.
just by himself.
But when they do it, first episode when they're playing, oh man, just hooked me, got me.
And Tiana, I
yeah,
really like
I
her.
watch all of the
But a lot of the girls, a lot of the character
Goodwin
people,
said, I watch all the shows.
I know.
a lot of the people in Empire are actual artists.
Oh yeah,
Like,
they're real people.
and then they even have like Snoop Dogg play Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Exhibit actually plays a character in
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Demi Moore was on
Demi
there.
Moore. I mean, there's
They've had
huge
major
names.
people.
Not to mention Terrence Howard is
Yeah.
a fucking huge name, and he's in Wayward Pines,
So
which
which
explains where he went.
Right?
I was like, oh, that explains why he wasn't in the next part.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I really like that show. I like music shows like that, though.
Okay,
what else we got? We got
Three
Billboards.
Billboards.
That movie look interesting.
I actually see it caught my eye. I'm a very big fan of based on true story.
Me too.
That's one of my
But
favorites.
it wasn't like a sports type thing, so like
No, I mean that is my ultimate.
that's my
one. But no, so it caught my eye. I didn't realize till after I watched it that it was up for all awards and actually Best Oscar actress went to the woman in it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I didn't know any of that till after I watched it. Like I watched it and then later on they were talking about Oscars and it was up for Best Picture. She won for Best Actress. You know, and I'm like, oh. The dude, there's a sheriff in it. He won Best Supporting Actor.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
So it's only well acted.
yeah. It was good. It was. I actually did research on it because, of course, you have to remember also I grew up in Missouri,
Right. I see
everything. The real story actually was all based on something that happened in Texas.
Really?
Yeah. So, like I said, this was based on a true story, but it was a lot of
Sometimes I wonder how legality might have to be like, well,
Right.
because you know some shows like nobody in here is real, and if they do pertain to a real person, it's purely by chance.
Right.
The fact that they throw that out there means there must be some kind of like lawsuit.
Yep. So anyway, I would recommend it. It's another one of those that.
Yeah, if you're bored, just click it.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. It's
Want to scroll down a little bit more for it, bro?
Sure.
Get Out. I never watched.
I don't know what that is. I cannot even try to watch stuff.
Get Out is it
was actually
it's a horror movie.
But
Oh, okay.
apparently it wasn't your common one because it was
Right.
actually up for awards and the people in it were up for
The
awards.
Get Out movie?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
go check it out.
So I'll watch it at some point.
The Dear White People one.
Okay.
I can't.
I watched it and I was like, oh, it might be interesting to see. And okay, first episode I was like, okay, this could be some. I can learn some things, you know, because I don't, you know, I always admit, you know, I'm a white guy. I don't have. So it's interesting to see different points of view. So first episode I was like, okay, yeah. Second episode, took a very just turn. I was not. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna watch the. I'm only watched 2.
Okay.
Because after that second one, I was scratching my head going, what? Because really, it didn't. I didn't get. It became
It's a
very.
documentary, right? Or like it's like.
Yeah,
It's the first time made me feel like you were a commentator on a podcast.
There is a little bit of that, but basically the main character is a girl who's mixed, but she's going to this college and she has her own radio show, and that's
why
how it starts out. Dear White People, and then she says stuff. Well, there's some different angles there that kind of bring up things into the story. Don't want to give a lot away, but the whole second episode went kind of stray away and into more of a sexual, like having to do with sexual stuff.
Well, I'll watch the first 2 episodes so we can chat about it more next time.
Yeah, so let me know. Like I said, between the first and second episode, like way kind of like, I mean, there's some overlap to tie the two, but very different.
Weird.
So I'm waiting to see what there is.
We got a comment about
yeah.
Get Out.
Okay.
Cridwin says, Get Out, great movie. Told my son to watch out for them white folks. LOL. That horror movie it's a horror movie about a black guy that ends up, I don't know the actual premise, but he ends up being like his girlfriend or something and goes to meet her parents, and it turns out that they're super, super racist, and that's about the extent that I know. But it's still not a horror? But it's a horror, yeah. I mean, it's horror because they.
I knew it couldn't have been your normal because it actually was up for a award.
Yeah, like I love horror movies.
Hey, and I don't know what people are saying. Now, Grant, you do the whole thing where the black guy always gets killed first or whatever.
I mean, straight the joke. Tell me if I'm wrong. Straighten me out.
But straight up, right? I'm always like, most of the time, they're the small ones, They ain't stupid like the white people. Like, the house says, get out, and blood comes from the wall. The black people leave.
Right, yeah.
Well, or they didn't go to the cabin in the woods in the first place. Right. They're you guys have fun.
Camp Crystal Lake.
How many Asian people do you see going out to like fucking Jason's? Yeah, come on.
Speaking of that, do you guys see they're doing this whole thing where you can actually pay and go stay at Camp Crystal Lake?
Oh my God, seriously?
I have seen that. Yes.
I'm so down to go.
I have seen that. Yes.
In order of all times, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, and Jason are just. I'll watch them anytime they come on TV. Really? I don't care if it's already in the middle of the movie.
Michael Myers.
I'm so cheesy.
They are, but they're so really fun.
I only watch Hellraiser. I only watch them on genre because you can see boobs usually.
Yeah, that's the first time I watched Freddy Krueger was their boobs.
I'm not a fan of Freddy Krueger.
So I like Freddy versus Jason.
I didn't like that.
That was a fun movie. But
I watched
those horror movies they made back in the day. Because they didn't have real big budgets for them, right?
No.
Nowadays, you don't get a movie like that.
No. Well, and so much more. It's really went from horror because people don't find that scary, right?
Right.
What do they find scary? Slasher movies, things that actually these are real people killing people.
Right. The Purge scares people
because they're like, well, that could actually probably happen.
So one of the things I liked about the old ones were like old monster movies. You never saw the monster.
Cridwin said only white folks want to go to Crystal Lake.
See? That's why they live. Plus, they know if they go, they die first.
True.
And she also says Freddy is the man.
Just don't fall
on down. So, going on. Finish off the covering. Yep, okay. All right, let's go back up.
All right.
Well, that's the end of our topic.
Oh,
so,
okay.
What time is it?
It's 9:47.
What else we got?
Should we go out of Critic Corner?
Yeah, we can go out of Critic Corner.
What else been going on?
Dude, the political climate's not too crazy.
How about March Madness? Watch any of that?
I'm not a huge college basketball fan.
This is the first year I've done a bracket. And
on your first week?
No, I said I didn't do a bracket.
Didn't
the first time it probably over a
We had an email go out.
Of course, I did it last year because at the time I was actually working for a Berkshire Hathaway company.
Oh.
No, granted, I didn't qualify, but I helped. I got in on one with somebody. Because, of course, Warren Buffett, and he's upped it now.
Yeah.
Before it was like if you got a perfect bracket till the Sweet 16, you got $1 million.
Yeah.
Okay, it's better now.
Keep going because I got a comment about this.
Yes. Now, it's if you get it, it's $1 million a year for life.
Holy crap! Has everybody ever got it?
No.
So I have a comment because you both know that I'm using Acorns, which if anybody doesn't know what that is, it's an investment app that you can.
Let me put your link out here.
You can anything that you spend, like say you spend like $10.50, and so it rounds it up and it uses that 50 cents, and then it adds up, and you can set like after like every $5, then it invests it. Well, they have a newsletter that they send because I use it. And they were one of the top stories in there was like, well, normally anything that you would, you would follow, what's his name?
Buffett.
Yeah, that you would, whatever Buffett does with his money, you would do, except for this. And then they talk about that March Madness.
Except nobody's ever had perfect one. It's really not bad on his part.
Right, right. But still,
for the
just imagine though.
He'd pay it.
They still win. Okay, so how it works is there's lots of Berkshire companies, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's what the overall big one is, right? It's across all companies. That's who can participate. Every employee of a Berkshire company.
Yeah.
Okay. Across that, whoever goes the furthest with the undefeated bracket still wins, and it's a decent amount of money.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Across all
Right.
Berkshire.
That's awesome.
Then, within each Berkshire company, whoever goes the furthest wins, I don't know, $100 or something.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's still, it's
Yeah.
free for them to play.
I would play if I didn't have to pay $20 to get in, and
And it's free.
I
So,
would do that. So I did hear a stat of like there's one like you can play like ESPN or Fox or whatever, right? One of them has like 20 million people playing it.
Usually Yahoo's the biggest.
So whichever one's real big.
Yeah.
They reported that after the first week, there were like 25 million people with brackets.
Yeah.
14 of them first day. Only 14 of them had perfect losses.
Oh no, that's a different one then.
Yeah.
Because
like they got them all wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's only 14 out of 20 million.
She
got them all wrong, which is weird because all of the favorites won. Yeah, all of the favorites won except Arizona.
That's not true.
I thought that's what they were saying.
Miami lost too.
Okay, so two
Miami,
underdogs.
Miami and Arizona.
But really, how many teams are there? 16 you start with, or what? Or 32, or whatever it is. If you picked one favorite that wasn't Arizona or Miami, you would have got it.
So we're really going to start adding a sports topic because I can tell you
I hate sports gambling.
You just cracked me up because you have been so wrong on lots of stuff.
Now, 14 people got it completely wrong.
I believe you're right.
Out of like 20 million.
But it starts out, the core tournament starts out with 64. Now they have actually 4 games. That is the first 4 they call them.
Yeah.
And they're the last teams picked, and they have to play their way into 60.
I do know that the Creighton girls and the Husk girls were the last team to get into the girls brackets.
Okay, we don't.
Of the 8. I just only know that because it's on TV, so that makes sense. They talked about the last 4 that played.
Alice, if you fold, you would actually know what I mean, because let's be honest, it's probably going to be UConn or like 2 other schools. UConn has, this is their 12th or 16th year in a row being the overall #1 seed.
So they're just always the best.
They are amazing.
So does any 8-person Hodunk college team ever get in and just run the table? Like Hoosier style, players on the team
a few years ago,
and run it?
Well, a few years ago, I think Butler at the time was kind of a big one that went to the Sweet 16 out of kind of nowhere. There's occasionally you get one. That's where you get one.
I can get behind a team.
This year, what it was, the Arizona game, it was like the 4th biggest upset according to who had them picked to win.
Oh, okay.
Of all time. 96, I think it was 96% of people had them to win the game.
Oh, really?
And they lost. And they didn't just lose; they lost by 20-some points.
Oh, they got destroyed.
Yeah,
it buzzer beater.
The team was like Buffalo or something, and literally, there was pro sports people that picked Arizona to win it all. So
wow.
Yeah, and so that actually eliminated. You said 20 million down to
tons of
0.4% of people were still left with an undefeated bracket.
So yeah, that's crazy.
And so that was after day one. Because Miami lost to Loyola and that hurt, and then when Arizona lost, that was like.
Welcome to the show, Julie.
What up, Julie?
They went and saw a new movie tonight.
Yeah, I don't even want to. I have zero interest in talking about it or watching it.
I have
That's
why I sent them.
I second all of that.
Yeah, that's not a film I can give a shit about.
So anyway,
take me to The Notebook. Right after that, 50 Shades of Grey trilogy.
I kind of liked The Notebook, so
I like the 50 Shades of Grey.
I never watched it either.
I like them.
I liked Notebook.
I like The Notebook's fine. It's an okay movie. I like love stories. I like those kind of movies, but
anybody that would like to call us, please call us.
Yeah,
402-79.
No, 979. It's right in front of you.
We'll let him do it.
402-979-6262. Yeah, man, that's 6 minutes.
I don't drink one.
I got a whole bunch.
That's an Allen.
Kurdwin. 402-979-6262.
Alan needs to drink.
And then you can tell Alan to finish his drink.
You have to say,
I'll probably be done by
##.
But so anyway, I'm looking forward to season 3. A lot of good changes coming. Are we still doing the special shot and all with the special guests next time and all that? You have no clue what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
so hold on.
Titanic?
Yes.
That's a good segue into last week. I didn't eat, and then I drank the bottle of wine,
I didn't eat.
and I was wasted.
Wasted.
Yes.
Why wasted?
I was chocolate wasted.
It was
Okay.
nuts.
So we had a conversation apparently about tomorrow.
And tonight.
Getting some pizza, going on a drive downtown to get it. We're all going over to Roy's house.
Yep.
We're going to have this whole evening planned.
Yep.
Then we discussed you were bringing drinks tonight.
Yep.
And Nathan even said, "Oh, it sucks. I'm going to miss a Roy night."
No conversation about that.
I remember he said that. I remember.
Zero of this
So
conversation.
if anyone wants to get Chris drunk, take advantage. Just bring him a bottle of wine.
Well, it's going to have to be 4 different types of wine. And don't feed me before that.
We were talking about Saturday at work, and he's like looking at me like I'm kidding.
He's like, "So Saturday we're going to get pizza." I'm like, "Fuck you, I'm not getting pizza."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, we're getting pizza. You're going to ride with Roy downtown." I'm not driving downtown from Roy's house. He's like, "You said you would."
I'm like, you think they set a time, 4:30?
He's like, I'm like, "Damn, I'm going to hurry." He says like, "Oh yeah, I repeated to you word for word what you said." I'm like,
Yeah, he truly said that. He's like, that's way too many details for me making that shit up.
Well, we'll wait till after I've been telling you what else you agreed to.
Yeah.
You might as well just say it.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, damn, dude, I was just gone. I'm going to rewatch last week's episode because the last 20 minutes are probably Chris just toasted.
So anyway, for those of you that are listening, next week is supposed to be pretty special.
Yes, definitely.
Do you remember that? Do you remember calling Tom?
I recall
Final episode of the season is going to be pretty special.
one of our coworkers is going to come. I don't remember that being last week. That was last week's episode, I guess?
Yes, last week.
Holy crap, dude. I remember calling him and him saying, yeah, he would come.
Yes.
I thought that was a couple weeks ago.
So we're going to have a special guest on the show.
There's like a chunk of my
and we're going to play this game that is apparently a Korean drinking game
called Titanic.
And you...
Here we go.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no.
You're live on the Basket Blues and Metal.
Hello.
Hello.
Alan gets a drink.
Pound sign.
Hashtag pound sign.
What?
We don't hear
She's
shit.
playing some sexy music for you to drink.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to do a dance?
Oh, yeah, and drink. Give her the shimmy, Alan. Give her the shimmy. No dancing. This won't see that.
I can give you a virtual lap dance.
She's like, you just, like all of a sudden we're getting unlikes.
So Chris's drink losing the straw. I want to hear
There's a lot of drinks.
I know.
That's your fault. You should have been drinking.
I got half a cup.
Should have been drinking throughout the show.
All right, I'm out.
Everyone, thanks for calling.
This is good.
Bye.
It's gonna take me a while.
Oh, we got 2 minutes, man. Oh, 2 now. Sorry, I'm out. So, yeah, I timed that
I
perfectly.
mean, I'm down there, but I'm not out.
I don't really like it.
Don't care.
It doesn't matter.
It's free. It's booze, and you were told to drink.
That's part of the deal.
Oh, I'm drinking.
So I'd like to put a shout out to anybody actually watching that checks us out the next week. Throw on our Facebook page topics you'd like us to talk about. I know we talk about superhero movies a lot.
Yeah.
During football season, we talk a lot about football. What do you guys like?
And let's be honest. Even especially, I think, especially if it's one of these topics that may be a hot button issue.
Yeah.
Those are really good.
I mean, when Trump was running, he wanted to build a wall. I'm not talking about it.
He just went and looked at a bunch. They had models. To check out. So that was something.
Did you see he wants to start a space force?
Well,
you know what was really funny? I saw a meme that was like, Trump said, Space Force. Hawking said, I'm out.
Well,
He died, right? Too soon?
Oh, no.
I thought that was pretty funny.
I bet you he didn't just say, I'm out. He probably said,
Oh my god.
Too soon?
Yeah.
Nothing's
Nothing's too soon for us.
Do you guys know what we could do?
Damn, it really is a stairway to heaven. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know what we could do for season 3? I've always wanted to do this. We could do a death pool.
What?
A death pool.
Who you think will die?
Yeah, for the year. From March to March. We pick all the it has to be a famous person, as in a celebrity of some sort.
Okay, start with the musicians.
Well, right.
All the
Also,
good ones.
You get more points for picking the people who die young.
Well, of course.
So if you pick Prince and he dies at 55, that's huge points. You pick Paul Walker who dies at 27, 28, score super points. You pick Hugh Hefner who dies at 90, you still score, but
yeah.
So, I mean, would you guys be down to do a death pool with some of the viewers?
Sure. There's
sure.
one do it.
This is what I would like to do for season 3. I would like
no minutes.
That's what I'd like to do anytime.
Oh, okay.
Not just for season 3.
Okay.
But I would like the audience to participate a little more. So I like
it
the
a little
idea.
harder for the audience to participate with the new format.
Well, no, I meant like on the post the topic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would like. We should start a Babel fan topic page.
Yeah.
We could do that.
That'd be good.
And then we could even have polls and stuff on them and have them interact.
I know the polls would actually be really good. Because then we can talk about what see our viewership. See
we tried hard to get more use.
Divisive subjects would be good.
I tried hard to get more use out of the Twitter page. We could just use the Twitter page as a fan poll page.
I'm gonna guess that there's a lot of fans that don't do Twitter.
I'm guessing that there isn't. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of
people in this room that don't use Twitter.
Yeah.
I have a Twitter account.
I do too.
Well, I don't know if it's still active. When I was like, oh, cool, okay. And so I got one, and it took me less than probably a whole 2 days to realize I am not interesting enough to have a Twitter page. Twitter account, because those people just tweet all the time. Still just sitting there watching
Twitter, right? Still the reason I have a Twitter is to start that Twitter. Yeah. So you can't just start a page when you right?
Gotcha.
So I did that. The only reason I started Instagram was the same thing.
Okay.
Because I just don't care enough about my food to share with other people.
Well, I mean, honestly, how many times can I tweet that type of stuff? Yep, still sitting here watching this show at work again.
So what has worked for us, though, because we do have some followers from Twitter that just are on Twitter, but they're also local podcasters and whatnot. Yeah. But we had for a little while, we were doing Booze and Boobs Fridays, which was a hashtag, and they would post them. We had a couple hot pictures of just boobs with a Jack Daniels bottle or something.
That's pretty cool.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
There was a friend of ours, a friend of the show named Trav Tebow, who got kicked off of Twitter for posting too much nudity. And so we had a 6 or 7 episode long, 6 or 7 episode long free Trav Tebow. He finally got it back on there. But so we've actually there's some people that are very active with the Todd and Tyler show that are part of the Trav Tebow and all that stuff, and they've invited us to come out on Friday nights to the bar they have and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so we'll make a Facebook page. Facebook seems to be the medium that everybody likes.
Once again, a lot of good. Yeah, definitely.
Really?
I think I can just switch my account over.
Oh, just talk it over.
Yeah. Does MySpace even exist?
It's like a music thing. Justin Timberlake owns it.
Really?
He owns it? I don't know if the whole thing, but he owns a chunk of it. Huh? Because they converted it into a music thing, bands and stuff use it.
Whatever happened? So he bought it from
Tom. Almost done.
Is he
Oh, that's right. Tom was the one that was always your friend.
Did they buy it from Tom, or did him and Tom are friends and they own it together?
Maybe
they're friends. He's everybody's friend.
Tom was my friend.
He was everybody's friend.
I had a friend. I had a friend on MySpace.
Alright. Anyway.
Well,
really looking forward to season 3.
Yeah,
a lot of changes coming, so yeah.
We'll start when the springtime, so it'll be nicer outside.
I think we may look at maybe, even if not whole shows, I think we definitely might film some segments on location.
Oh, there's going to be all kinds of
stuff. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think people are going to really
be new and fresh.
Yes, we're going to kick it up a notch in season 3.
We would like a female opinion. So,
yes, we would.
We could get a lady who wants to come on the show.
We really want somebody that has different opinions than us.
Yeah, so a Democrat.
Because ours are very similar.
I don't consider
I don't either. In fact,
They're fairly close.
I took a
We-
Facebook quiz, and it says I'm like 51% liberal.
Did you see what Mike said? Mike
No.
said I was family oriented.
Yeah, I don't even know if that.
I was like, that's not a like political
Yeah.
stance.
That was a political
But
statement.
I was 54% family something and 53% libertarian.
Yeah, I
and
took
51%.
a quiz too,
Uh,
and it
Republican.
just said, no, you're still an asshole.
Yeah, well,
It's crazy.
That was accurate.
Yeah,
anytime I take a quiz, the first thing it says is, as you are answering these questions, we are noticing that you're an asshole, you're a douchebag, and you're a dick. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And just keep going.
thank you.
Thank you for noticing.
It's all done.
Yeah. Now we can
End of the show. Take us on the outro.
Thank you,
Doing
Pete.
a little bit of vivisectors. Always give a shout out
Thank
to
you,
the
Pete.
vivisectors. You know something? We appreciate you all watching. And you guys can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Also our YouTube channel. Well, you gotta say N.E. Booze and Babble. N.E. Booze and Babble. Nebraska Booze and Babble, but I don't know which one's which because I'm not looking at the screen.
No.
Because they're different.
Facebook is Nebraska Booze and Babble.
So
Instagram
there you
is NE Booze and
that's
Babble.
what producer
And
said.
follow us on Twitter at NE Booze and Babble.
And always, if you just go # cuckold, we'll get the message.
Thank you, all you Allenites.
They loved it.
Love it! All you Allenites.
All the time and they loved it.
God, what a terrible fucking concept of a film.
What?
There's just the love sign.
No.
God damn it, dude.
Fuck that shit.
That's funny. Stop telling everybody that I'm an asshole. I love seeing the look on surprise on their face when they can figure it out.